Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how I transformed this toy Mercedes Benz to an epic RC drift car. But first, let's take it apart. The car is held together with a couple of screws, so it's really easy to take it apart. I am glad the 190e is finally getting its recognition nowadays. In earlier days it always lived in the shadow of the E30 M3. But my honest opinion is that the 190e 16 valve is a more capable car for daily use. You can get your groceries. It's not as hardcore as the E30 M3. I always wanted one when I was younger, but I never bought one. I test drove one someday, but I was too scared for the Cosworth engine and the dogleg gearbox. Yeah, so I decided to not buy them. And nowadays they are getting too expensive for my liking. Okay, they are not on E30 M3 price wise levels, I think, but still, yeah. But first, let's take a chassis. I'm using the Ldrc 1899 chassis to rebuild this Mercedes to a drift car. So let's take it out the box. The Ldrc 1899 RC drift car is a nice beginner drift car. It even got an inbuilt gyro, rear-wheel drive and fully adjustable suspension. But as you can see, the chassis is a little bit shorter than the Mercedes. So I cut the chassis from the Ldrc car and I make it fit in the original Mercedes chassis. I bonded the rear drivetrain to the original chassis, and of course I'm going to swap out the front. And as you can see, now it's fairly better with the wheelbase, but only got really small wheels. And if you're still watching this video, please like, share, comment or subscribe and put on your notifications bell. And watch my whole video please, you help me a lot. The original chassis was getting a little bit flimsy, so I strengthened it with some aluminium plates. And now it's time to put all the electronics in it. I decided to not swap it out for other electronics because this works fine, I think. And I made the wheels fit to the original hubs. Everything is moving freely and it even got enough steering angle with these other wheels. They are a lot bigger, so I'm happy it still works. The original car came with a battery compartment, so I think I'm going to reuse that for my 7.4 volt battery. But first, let's do a quick test run. It only drifts on the full power setting, because these wheels got a lot more grip than the original Ldrc ones. But it works fine. Here you can see the inbuilt gyro doing its work. It only stands on 50%, but you can adjust it on the fly. And as you can see, the body now fits nicely on the wheels and chassis. And of course, I had to lower it. And I was right, the battery fits in the original compartment. So I'm happy with that. But first, let's take it out for a little quick spin with the body on it, because it's a little bit heavy. Not as heavy as the Ldrc one, because that's fully metal. But yeah, it drifts fine, I think. Nice. But then I saw a production error. The upper camber arms are mounted the wrong way around, so I changed that. And I sanded off the profile on the rear tires, so to make them more slippery. And in the meanwhile I painted the wheels gunmetal grey. Now it's time to give the car more steering angle. I did this by cutting off the little knuckles on the hubs, these ones. And I put on a little bolt and nut to prevent the servo from locking up. It's a really great mod, and when you want to know more of that, you can ask me in the comments below. And earlier on in this video I said I lowered the car. But yeah, then it was rubbing, so I had to adjust the camber, caster and toe. And I grind a little bit from the fenders, so it's not rubbing anymore. So let's take it out for a quick test run to see if it's not rubbing anymore, and after that I'm taking everything apart and make the body ready for its new color. And it's already driving so much better. Still a little bit gyro wobble, but yeah, we can adjust that. It's already looking quite nice, I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But first, let's take it apart again and let's start sanding. The body didn't need much work, so no Bondo this time, only sanding was good enough. After sanding, I put on a silver base coat. And when this paint was drying, I tidied up all electronics and did some adjustments to the camber, toe and spring settings. The original Ldrc car came with working lights, working blinkers, working brake lights and everything. So I have to make that in this body also. But I have to rewire it a little bit because these wires are a little bit shorter than the Mercedes body. But they work. Then it was time for its final color. I choose a candy pearl metallic red color. I think it looks quite nice. This was after a first little coat. And this was after 2 coats. You already can see the difference in color. It's getting more red. I let it dry for about 24 hours and after that I put on the clear coat to make it nice and shiny and to prevent it from scratching when you're bashing around. I extended the wires for the lights, so now it's time to put the body back on the chassis and put everything back together. So the lights and the bumpers and the windows. I painted the bumpers matte black, just like the real car. And I made the body fit on its original mounting points. So if you want to adjust something, it's only 4 screws and you can take it apart to adjust your settings. Another quick test run and after that I'm doing the detail work. I hope the new owner for this Mercedes, it's already sold, is very happy with it. It's going all the way to Curaçao. Yes, Curaçao. It drifts like a dream now, especially on smooth surfaces like this. But yeah, let's do the final detail work. So let's making some light clusters, because the original ones came with these plastic ones. That's not really realistic, I think. So let's change it. I used the original clusters and put in some clear plastic. And in the meanwhile, I painted the grille. I'm going for the US style headlights, because I think they look a little bit nicer than the European ones. And in the meanwhile, I hand painted pieces of the trim around the car, around the windows and the moldings on the roof. The car only came with one taillight, so I have to make new ones. I used some 3mm clear plastic to make them. I'm going to make some smoked versions, just like the Evo got back in the days. It was a lot of work, but I think they turned out quite nice. The only thing I was bothered with was the little latches on the lights. But I think they look quite nice, quite realistic. What do you think? Let me know. And with that, the project is coming to an end. I hope the new owner is very happy with it, and I hope to see some videos and photos from Curaçao. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I see you the next time. In the meanwhile, please like, share, comment or subscribe and put on your notifications bell, and I see you the next time. Bye bye.